Hello and welcome to the eDoc Builder training series. In this lesson, we will see the field setup and formatting for the text fields. We will begin by logging into the eDoc Builder. Once logged in, click on the pencil icon to edit the template. Go to the field setup. After every text field, you will see a letter A indicating it is a text field. Expand one of the field. Before you go to the Formatting tab, make sure you verify the field type. That is, what type of field will this be? Text. Data for this field will come from user entry. Let's go to the Formatting tab. eDoc Builder provides all the formatting tools needed for precise document preparation with text formatting tools, predefined structure formatting, spot colors, layering, and rotation of text and images. We will look into these options one by one. Font. Choice of both Windows system font and the font you edit to your assets area will display. If this field is from a form-based template and you are using the rich text editor option, these are the fonts your customer will have to choose from when customizing their template. Font size. Choose a font size ranging from 1 point to 250 points in the drop-down. The lowest this can be set is determined by what is entered in the minimum font size box. If you wish to go over 250 points, click highlight the number and then replace with the font size in points you need. Formatting. You have bold, italic, and underline options. Please note, it is recommended that you upload and use the actual bold font or italic font instead of using the formatting buttons to achieve bold and italic effects. Text alignment. Set the desired position of the text. There are 9 options that are available in the drop-down. The alignment will apply to all the fields in the form field. Tracking. Set the overall letter spacing for the group of letters and blocks of text in your form field. Use tracking to change the overall appearance and readability of the text to make the characters either closer together or spread out. The tracking applies to entire form field and not the individual letters within the group. Leading. Set the desired leading or choose auto, which will use the leading to specify for your particular font. Leading is the distance between each line of text in that form field. Opacity. You may change the overall opacity of the text in your field. When lowering the opacity of the text below this field will show through depending on the percentage you set. Preserve spaces. Make sure the spaces set in the format do not truncate. Preserve spaces are also used when using the field scripting and you want to preserve more than one space in a group of text. Text direction. Options are horizontal standard, horizontal right to left, and vertical Asian languages. Horizontal standard text runs in lines from left to right with successive lines proceeding top to bottom. Horizontal right to left in the Format tab will properly accept scripts like Arabic, Farsi, Hebrew, and Urdu that need to run in lines from right to left with successive line proceeding top to bottom. Important note, left to right scripts can still be typed in the field with this setting and will not appear incorrectly. However, right to left scripts will only work correctly when used in a field with this text setting. Vertical Asian languages text run in lines from top to bottom, with successive lines proceeding right to left. Important, only fonts that have been embedded in Unicode can use vertical text. Force fit. If you need the entry from your customer to fit within the allowed space you set with your form field, you can check this box to ensure all the text fits within the space. Force fit decreases the font on 3 axes simultaneously: font size, leading, that is spacing between the lines, and tracking, that is spacing between the characters. Each step attempt to decrease each of these by 5%, and they are all reduced by the same percentage. In other words, if it is necessary to shrink to half the initial font size to fit all the text in the field, the text will also decrease to the half the leading and half the tracking at the same time. Maximum lines. This control how many lines are allowed in this field and can be used if force fit text is checked. If the user max uses line break to produce more than one lines, then maximum line numbers you have said their text will be also truncated. Also, if you are reducing the text size is necessary, the end result will not have more lines in it than the text maximum lines you have set. Please note, this may result in a smaller font size that would be necessary if more lines are allowed. Minimum font size. When using force fit, you may want to set a minimum font size that the font can be reduced to. Text color. Enter the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black values to define a process color for the font color. Spot color name. If a spot color is needed, enter the spot color name in the text box and also enter the CMYK value to give the spot color approximate appearance. The CMYK appearance will be used on screen and in color composite proofs. Horizontal and vertical scaling. Applies distortion to the text based on the value entered. Distort the text to be wider or more narrow with the horizontal scaling, taller or shorter using the vertical text scaling. Font outline, thickness, outline color, and spot color name. Use this option if you would like to add an outline around your font characters. You may choose the thickness and set a CMYK value for the outline. Spot color. You can also provide the spot color name here. Font effect. eDoc Builder provides 6 different font effects that you can apply to your text. Bridge, bulge, ringe, roof, round, and valley. By default, all the templates are set to none so that the effects will be only available when you specifically allow them to be. If you enable one of the font effect, you get some additional options. Let's take a look on those options. You get the option of effect intensity, that is the intensity of the font effect being used. As you can see, after enabling the font effect, I have an additional option of shadow. The shadow option applies to text field using a font effect. If you would like your font effect to include a shadow, select the enabled box. The following options prompt apply to the font effect shadow. DPI. Choose between 300, 150, 96, 72. The higher the DPI, the longer the field may take to render. The shadow is an image or is to edit at the selected DPI. CMYK RGB color. Enter either a CMYK or RGB value for the color of the shadow. Size. Determine the size percentage of the shadow. The higher the percentage, the softer the edge of the shadow. Horizontal offset. Negative offset moves the shadow to the left and positive moves the shadow to the right. Vertical offset. Negative moves the shadow up, positive offset moves the shadow down. Opacity sets the opacity of the shadow. Text reformat. Option includes special case formatting, telephone numbers, email, URL, European formats. Simple title case. The first letter of each word is capitalized. Intelligent title case. English. The first letter of each word is capitalized with the exceptions. Email. All spaces will be removed and text will be forced to lowercase. Always reformat. Should be checked if you want to include the mandatory formatting. If this is not checked, the initial view by the customer will display in the format you choose here, but they will be able to change it. Repeat fields. You can set this field to appear at the exact same position on subsequent pages of your template by checking this box. Field usage. Dropdown define 4 options for how this field will be viewed. Proof production viewable in all the outputs. Proofing only will exclude the field from the production file. Production only viewable on the proof not included on the production file. Hide field conceal the field from both production and proof files. Use this for the field where the user enter a value that is used somewhere in the scripting formulas. Fill color and spot color name. Enter the cyan, magenta, yellow, black values to define a process color for the background of a text field. If a spot color is needed, enter the spot color name in the text box. Also enter the CMYK value to give the spot color approximate appearance. Stacking order. Specifies layering of text and image in relation to an image or another object. The word stacking has nothing to do with the stacking groups. You may set your fields on different layers for many different reasons. Setting a stacking order of -1 would put the field behind the background. You want the customer to upload an image and have it behind the background in your master PDF. You will also use this option if you're using an overlay option. Overlay must be layers from 101 to 110, and these layers have been specifically reserved for the overlays and must not be used otherwise. Options for stacking order. -1 below indicates below the master PDF. From 1 to 100, normal fields. 101 to 110, that is the overlay fields. Please do not use 0 as a value for stacking order. This is reserved for the master PDF. Using this value will cause unwanted behavior on the templates. The rotation and rotate horn have been moved to the positioning tab. Thank you for watching this video.